Last week, we covered the serious claims made by participants of Married at First Sight UK. Here in Australia, new claims have come to light about inappropriate behaviour. 9 newspapers report a bride was filmed in the shower without her knowledge, and there was non-consensual touching by a groom. The Minister for Social Services, Tanya Plibersek, was asked about the new reports this morning on Sky News.
What do you think about these latest claims and the fact that this show is watched by millions?
Well, I was very disturbed to read the reports this morning that included allegations that someone had been filmed without her knowledge in the shower. Obviously, no one should experience such a thing in their workplace, and the set is a workplace for the people who are being filmed. I believe that's being investigated by Safe Work New South Wales, so I'm not going to comment on individual allegations other than to say, in the first place, everybody deserves a safe workplace. In the second instance, I'd say, as we've said before, Laura, so many people watch this show, so many kids watch it. It's such a great opportunity to platform what healthy relationships look like. And I think in the past where you've seen people talking about how they want a submissive wife, or, you know, in one instance putting their fist through a wall during an argument, I think that is showing exactly the sort of behaviour that we want to discourage. Anything that normalises or platforms that sort of behaviour, I think, is really troubling.
Look, that last part, I mean, I get politicians want everything to be rainbows and lollipops, but people don't watch MAFS to see healthy relationships. They just don't. There are other shows that show much healthier relationships, and they don't rate nearly as well as Married at First Sight. So whatever appeals about this show, it's certainly not healthy relationships. But she has a point that these people are workers, and that's always been a bone of contention with the production companies that make these. And there was a case a few years ago where participants on House Rules actually ended up being declared workers, even though the contract specifically said they weren't. You know, I've been aware of shady practices for some time on this show. Now, as reported by the SMH&Age, that cast members have been stopped. They've reported that cast members have been stopped from leaving by production staff blocking exits. The reality show was issued 3 Safe Work New South Wales improvement notices. This came after several participants and a viewer at home raised allegations about an unsafe working environment on the show last year. Now, the owner of the papers, 9, which is also the broadcaster of Married at First Sight, said it took participant safety seriously and had fully cooperated with Safe Work's inquiries. There are major problems in the production of this show. I think it is interesting. These shower allegations are coming out now after the UK. At this stage, as we go to air tonight, I am not aware of any sexual abuse or rape allegations against anyone on Married at First Sight, but I certainly am aware of a lot of bad behaviour from the production team coming out and yelling at people that this is boring, that they are not going home. This is 3 o'clock in the morning and they've been plied with alcohol, that they are not going home until they get some drama. And people so desperate to go home, they give them the drama. People being locked in their doors. It's also being pointed out that everyone has keys to their rooms. The production staff can just come and go as they like. And what do you expect when you put 2 strangers in a room together? The woman here, and we talked about this last week, has not vetted this guy. And let's be honest, these psychiatrists and psychologists are not working to put the right people together. In fact, let's say that some relationships may continue on outside of the experiment despite the best efforts of the production team, because they cast for drama. And so you've now got situations where a female is in a shower because she's sharing a room with this guy that she's only just met, and he's decided to film her, allegedly. Many, many problems. It does question, and Josh Fox said this on the MAFS Funny podcast, whether the series has to change and they start in separate rooms and separate apartments and then come together when they both consent to that. I think there are changes coming and not before too soon, but that still doesn't fix what goes on behind the scenes of these shows, and I find it very troubling.
You can show your support for the show by buying me a coffee. Just go to buymeacoffee.com/McKnight tonight. Every bit helps keep this show from our garage going.